Welcome back to the Morning Brief. And we're starting with the judiciary as we look into the top stories this morning in what appears an acknowledgement that many Nigerians lack access to justice delivery. President Bola Tinubu is calling on the judiciary to reform and restore its integrity and public trust. President Tinubu is urging that arm of government to seek new directions and focus on creating a new justice system that will respond to the needs of Nigerians. The president gave this challenge to judicial officers at the National Judicial Summit in Abuja, where he was represented by the Vice President Kashim Shettima.
The policy seeks to promote and protect human rights and access to justice, which are essential features of a functional justice system. It proposes critical and sustainable interventions in the implementation of statutory provisions, encouraging protection of human rights and access to justice. The quest for justice should not be a privilege reserved for the few, but a right accessible to all, regardless of their circumstances. Therefore, it is incumbent upon us to embark on a journey of comprehensive reform to ensure that justice is not only dispensed, but also perceived to be dispensed fairly and impartially.
The impact of their reform efforts should be visible in terms of improved access to justice, strengthen integrity of justice sector institutions, increase timeliness and quality of justice delivery, accountability, and transparency of the system.
And to aviation matters, the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, has suspended the air operator certificate of Dana Air following the runway excursion involving its MD-82 aircraft at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport yesterday, April the 23rd. The decision comes after the Minister of Aviation, Mr. Festus Keyamo, asked the agency to initiate the suspension of the airline's fleet until a comprehensive audit is conducted on the airline. In an interview with Channels Television, the acting director of NCAA, Mr. Chris Najomo, explained that the NCAA has initiated an in-house compliance assessment to ascertain the cause of the incident, while Dana Airline has been ordered to refund monies to all respective passengers.
You may recall that yesterday morning at about 8:25 a.m., Dana from Abuja to Lagos with 83 passengers and 6 crew members landed 18 left in Lagos and skidded off after landing into the grassy area. However, because of what the occurrences has been happening with Dana, this is not the first time, it's not the second time, and for us to do our purview, I had to, of course, first of all, suspend the AOC of Dana so that they will carry out audits, safety audits on the airline, safety audit, and also carry out financial health audit and a systemic audit to make sure that why is this happening all the time. I cannot say per se what the problem is right now because investigation is still going on. And until that investigation comes out, we cannot pinpoint what has happened. So I cannot preempt that. The airline needs to refund the passengers. But you know our policy for refund, if you buy your tickets online, it takes 2 weeks. So passengers will have to wait. That's what our provisions and that's what the law says, regulations, it will take 2 weeks. So passengers should be aware that it might take 2 weeks for them to be refunded. Some passengers will be refunded, some will be, they'll probably get in contact with some other airlines there where they can rebook them and do the needful.
And now to security matters, starting in the southeast, where it seems the days of the indigenous people of Biafra may just be numbered. This is as the military is assuring residents that troops of Operation Udoka are committed to providing adequate and effective security for all law-abiding citizens. The General Officer Commanding 82 Division of the Nigerian Army, Major General Hassan Dada, who is also the Force Commander of Operation Udoka, described the proscribed IPOB as a group of persons who do not mean well for the people of the region. He was speaking in Enugu when he hosted some defense correspondents on operational tour to the southeast.
If you look at the number of people that have been kidnapped, ransoms paid, people killed, a good number of it from the statistics available shows they are actually from the southeast. So what fight are we really talking about? And we will leave no stone unturned to make sure that we restore the glory the Southeast Nigeria is known for.
Well, bandits have killed at least 3 people and abducted 8 others during a fresh attack on a village in Beruningwari local government area of Kaduna State. This comes just 5 days after 23 people were killed by bandits at Anguandonko community in the eastern part of Beruningwari local government. The police authorities and the state government are yet to comment on this incident, but the Secretary General of Beruningwari Emirate Progressive Union, Beppu Abdurrashid Abrashi, told Channels Television that the bandits had camped at a nearby spot on Monday night to perfect their operation, after which they attacked the village at about 3 p.m. on Tuesday. Away from security now, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has filed a notice of withdrawal to discontinue an appeal against an order of a Kogi High Court restraining it from arresting the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello. In the notice filed on April the 22nd, the EFCC said the withdrawal is predicated on the fact that events have overtaken the appeal. The commission also admits that the appeal was filed out of time allowed by law. And to politics now. In Rivers State, 2 commissioners redeployed to new ministries following a minor cabinet reshuffle by Governor Simlai Fubara have resigned their positions. The first to announce his resignation was former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Professor Zacchaeus Andango, who explained that he chose to leave the government to preserve his reputation, citing interference with his duties as the Attorney General. He alleges that the governor had directed him not to defend or oppose suits filed against the Office of the Attorney General and the government of Rivers State by individuals sponsored by the state government. He also rejected his redeployment as Commissioner for Special Duties and wished Governor Fubara's administration well. Hours after the resignation of Mr. Adango, another commissioner, Mr. Isaac Kamalu, also exited the cabinet. Also, in a letter to the Secretary to the Rivers State Government, Mr. Tami Danagogo, Mr. Kamalu rejected his redeployment from the Finance Ministry to the Ministry of Employment Generation and Economic Empowerment. Mr. Kamalu cited the absence of peace in Rivers State despite the peace pact mediated by the President last December. President Bola Tinubu has approved the takeoff of the first phase of the consumer credit scheme to facilitate the purchase of houses and cars by working Nigerians. In a statement on Wednesday, presidential spokesman Ajuri Ngelale said the consumer credit scheme will enhance the quality of life of citizens by allowing them access to goods and services upfront, paying responsibly over time. The statement reads in part, it facilitates crucial purchases such as homes, vehicles, education and healthcare essential for ongoing stability to pursue their aspirations. Through responsible repayment, individuals build credit histories, unlocking more opportunities for a better life. Now, outside our shores, U.S. President Joe Biden has signed a $95 billion package of aid for Ukraine, Israel and Taiwan. The president said after signing the bill into law, it's going to make America safer and it will also make the world safer. The president said the U.S. would right away send fresh weapons and equipment to Ukraine to help Kyiv fend off Russian advances. He spoke a day after the U.S. Senate approved the aid package following months of congressional gridlock. And in sports news, 22-time Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal is not sure if he will be able to play at next month's French Open as he continues his comeback from injury at the Madrid Open on Thursday. The 37-year-old, a 22-time Grand Slam champion, said he is far from being in top form and that he is only playing against 16-year-old American Darwin Blanche in his first round match in Madrid as a personal sacrifice. Nadal, a record 14-time winner at Roland Garros and 5-time champion in Madrid, lost to Alex de Minaur in the second round in Barcelona last week in just his second tournament in 15 months after having hip surgery last summer. And here's wishing Nadal quick recovery so he'll be able to return to the courts. But in the meantime, what are some of your thoughts to the big stories?